We are picking up Sam and Jake from the airport. They're from California. They reached out to us. We want to learn to hunt. So we're going to do a whitetail hunt. Let's do this.
Not sure if you can see me, but me and Sam are set up. The first morning, I've got the bow this hunt, and we've already got some deer out in this rye field in front of us. And the only other thing is we've got cows pretty close to us in the blind here, so we'll see if the deer are moving through these cows or not. But it's cool, real cool. From what we've had, it's like 30 degrees this morning. So, what is it? The 16th? October, I think. October 16th, so hopefully we'll see some deer. But if not, we've got a long weekend ahead. All right, we're all set up. Morning number one. I think it's October 15th. Maybe. Is it the 15th or 16th? Maybe it's the 16th. It's the 16th. My last day was the 14th. Okay. October 16th. There's Turkey Scotland, and there's a good weather front that will roll through. It's like 30 degrees this morning, so in the bibs for the first time in the season. But I'm with California zone, soon to be Hawaii, with Jake, and Nate's with Sam, so hoping that we can get something to step out. There's a couple of deer further down this field, one young buck and 3 does. There's cows just south of us, which isn't ideal, but I'm going to be shooting this morning just because we haven't had a chance to teach these guys how to shoot the crossbows, but they'll be in the shooter seat for this evening. Alright, rolling out. Got our blind set up for the evening. Now we're gonna probably do some crossbow shooting, some whitetail knowledge, teaching, and watch the Huskers lose.
Alright, I flipped a quarter. You going? Yeah. Did you get that first part? Yeah. I'm on Jake's team. Lucky him. So Nate and I both had our weapons this morning because we hadn't been able to go through this how to shoot a crossbow course with Jake and Sam yet. So, but we had like a young, it was either a button buck or a really young doe come with within 8 yards, and then like the field was full of deer, honestly, like 15, 20 of them. So there's also a nice buck that was on the field edge. But now we're gonna give a crossbow rundown and have these guys shooting money for the evening.
Go for it.
All right. I'm talking to you guys, just ignore the Nate's there filming. So thanks for joining us on an ID New Hunter weekend. I'm gonna give you a rundown on this crossbow here. So Jake, I told you some of this stuff, but the number one thing here when shooting this crossbow is to keep everything below this guard here, because it'll literally just chop anything off that's above it. I was at Shields once and working on my bow, and they started freaking out because they had a crossbow show up and they're like, get the thumb out of it, because somebody shot off their thumb. Let me start over, guys. This is a crossbow. So how you shoot, let me give you the basic rundown, is this cocks back to here, to right here. You load the bolt, which is this. You don't call them arrows for whatever reason, just to make it more confusing. And then you turn it off of safety here on the fire and you shoot it. All right, listen up. The key to having a successful new hunter weekend is all about the new hunters enjoying themselves. I don't care if you kill the biggest buck in the county. If they're not having a good time, they're not gonna be hooked into hunting. But before we hand the crossbows over to Jake and Sam, we make sure to give a detailed overview on how they work, how they shoot, and how to handle them properly. Yep, still in safety. Your hands are in good spots. So do you see that top 20 line, Sam?
Yeah.
So you can that line just goes right on that dot you're aiming at.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you can turn that to fire. Money. Nice shot.
Getting geared up.
Still recovering. Little concussion after this morning's hunt.
Vince got him. Almost lost me. All right. Evening number one. Sam and I are set up in the blind we moved this morning after the hunt. Both Tom, Jake, and me and Sam were on the same field. We could see their blind. It's probably, how far is their blind? Range their blind quick. I bet it's 150?
119.
119. So yeah, we're just across the field from each other. So obviously we can't shoot that direction, but we're gonna hopefully be intercepting deer on all these sides. So we're in the blind really early, so hopefully we'll have a good evening.
I'm just super happy to be here and to see some deer action. Yeah, obviously I want to get one, but I don't have super high expectations. I'm just here to learn, and yeah, just super grateful to be here.
Alright, roll set up. It's probably close to 4 o'clock. And hoping that some deer came back and bedded on this side. Nate and Sam are literally just right across from us. Right there. Jake, how you feeling going in tonight? I'm feeling confident. We shot quite a bit with crossbows. I feel pretty confident. It should be good.
Holding on to the hand of self-destruction.
Sam and Tom and Jake were both set up in what we think are going to be the best spots for getting a deer down tonight. So me and Sam were out in the same field we've been on the last 3 hunts, but there's always been deer in it. We're just hoping that we're going to intercept them in the right spot tonight. So fingers are crossed, and hoping they feed out here. We're in the blind real early. Got in early, and we cut down a bunch of brush to try to brush this blind in so the deer don't notice it. So
Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, last evening and it feels good. I actually have a decent breeze, which I like. Hopefully it helps deer get on their feet. Set up at a spot where last year we had some success, so I know that deer cross about 20-25 yards, which is south here, so hopefully they do the same thing tonight, and hopefully we should have plenty of deer right here. We've had some close calls, but tonight's the night.
But it was slow. Like we were just sitting. I mean, 6 o'clock, 6:30. Finally, some deer pop out. Actually, downwind, completely opposite of where I was expecting them to. Like maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, I see more coming right there, about to pop out in the same exact direction. They look at the blind, but they don't care. So it was really weird that the first group busted, and then these other ones didn't.
So I was just waiting for her to take a step forward. She took a step forward. I shot. And then it was just straight chaos. It was like a bomb went off in our blind.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
Like, did it knock the tripod over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shot the tripod basically across the blind. And thank God it just completely missed the deer. The arrow did. The arrow went through the blind. The deer was like feeding. And the arrow ended up going right over her neck.
So just as I'm like finishing my speech there, Jake's like, yeah. And I'm like, dope. I have my phone out on my knee, and I'm like, we're in the last 30 seconds here. So, but it was perfect. She like stops and just turns in. Just absolutely perfect.
She stopped. I let the arrow fly, and it hit a little high, I thought, but it was double hung.
I get the binoculars up again. There's 3 bucks, like all like two good ones, and then 1 younger one. And sure enough,
How close would they get to you?
they're at like 200, but 2 big ones bristle up.
No
and
shit,
start
just clashed?
battling. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just go nuts for like.
Did you get video of that?
No, it was like.
Oh, it was too
I
dark.
was like barely seeing it through my binoculars at that point.
Like 150s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One really tight buck, like clubbish,
Mhm.
and one like just wide, like past the ears.
Dang.
Yeah.
I was like, they're about to go back.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Oh
next.
yeah. Crazy.
Freaking awesome.
Crazy.